Hey guys, so today we're going to be talking about KV Core um, and how robust of a system it is, how you can lead generate from there, how you can put your leads on an automation of some type, and how to, I guess, organize your contacts that are in there and how you can convert and the different things that KV Core can do. We're not going to dive very much into detail. I'm going to show you kind of like the ecosystem and how it can work for you. And then also how you can start generating some leads from it. Um, but first, before we do that, I want to make sure that you know that there were some videos that I have already previously recorded for you guys, and I want you to make sure that you go back and check them just because it will give you the foundation of what you need to get yourself into production. Because we all get into real estate and we think that it's going to be really easy to get these leads, and we need some sort of structure in our day to get into action and get into production. Otherwise, if you don't have a structure, if you don't have a plan, you won't really get far. You'll just spin your wheels and you'll stay in the same place. So instead of you doing that, and instead of you waiting for a lead or waiting for someone to raise their hand, and if you want to go after the business and really get into real estate, I suggest at least looking back at my previous video before this, the one about going from new agent to in production in less than 90 days. I gave you a layout of what to do in your first 30 days, first 60 days, and first 90 days. And it's very easy. There's no door knocking involved. There's no cold calling involved, but you will have to reach out to the people that you know. You will have to reach out to people on social media, but it gets you into production. So make sure you check out that video because it will help a lot with, just how to get those leads in a different lead source. So the lead source we're going to be talking about today is through your CRM, which is KV Core. If you are an EXP agent, you can also purchase KV Core on your own if you would like. And it's about like I think like $350 to $500 system. The system that is offered to us at EXP is $500 a month. So it is extremely expensive on your own. We get it free as an EXP agent. We don't have to pay for it up front. And it is packed with so many different ways to market to your audience on the internet, on social media. It's amazing. So I'm going to show you a little about it right now. Let me just share my screen. Okay, so this is KV Core when I first log into it. So this is the dashboard. And just really quick for you to kind of know where everything is. On the sides here are all the different ways that you can utilize KV Core. There's always training going on, so I highly recommend going into some courses. There is a YouTube channel. If you even go into the YouTube search and just type in KV Core tutorials, there are different agents that do these all the time. And it's really cool because you can see the different ways that you can utilize KV Core. There's a Facebook group if you'd like to join, and a webinar schedule. So that's pretty cool here because it allows you to get into motion with KV Core because it's so robust. There's so many things that you can do in this CRM. You want to take advantage and see all the different things that you can do, but focus on, a few. I wouldn't try to do everything all up front on what KV Core has to offer, maybe do one or two. So I'm going to show you a few things today. But once you get more in the business, once you start having an admin that can take care of, your database management, then you can have them kind of go in and utilize all the other features of KV Core because it is so robust and so like detailed. Like there's a lot of things going on in here. So I'm just going to show you the main components, and I'll show you a few different ways that you can start getting some leads. Up here, you've got your mask number. So this is the number that is advertised on, well, it's a number that when you send out a text or a call, or you call someone from your CRM, which we also have a dialer in here as well. This is the number that they're going to see. This is your email. This is my vanity website. So you can also have your vanity domain on your website, and you can, if you'd like for me to show you that, I can do it in a different video. I'm not going to do it in this one, but it does cost, I think, like $11 an hour, or $11 a month, to maintain the vanity. Otherwise it'll be like, I think your first name.exprealty.com or something along those lines. So if you don't want that and you want them to just go to a straight shot email or a straight shot domain, you can do that as well. Your profile, so you can go ahead and change some things around and all the different features. You know, if you had a team, and you can add lenders onto here, you can add your different offices, different websites, phone number, lead routing, all of that. So first we're going to get into today is marketing listings. So did you know that as an EXP agent, you can market, or you can market other EXP agents' listings? Sometimes we, especially in the beginning, we may not have listings of our own. So, but if you'd like to, you can market your own listings on Facebook through here. So let's say you want to do a Facebook ad, especially in this market right now, because it's slowed down so much, and you want to have the ability to bring a buyer and have a buyer for one of your listings, you can definitely do that through here. But let's say you don't have any listings, you don't have any buyers, you want to create some type of momentum, you want to get some leads. You can go into here where it says company listings, and you can advertise another EXP agent's listing. And you don't need permission because we already have permission. So there's so many different listings that you can advertise. There is condo on the beach on Ocean Drive for $630,000. There's this condo in Miami. It doesn't have the address up here, and that's for 2.15 mil. So if you wanted more luxury buyers, I would recommend doing an ad for a high-end listing. You never know. So many other listings. There's one in Miami for a single family, $499, one in Miramar for $385, another one in Pembroke Pines for $660. You've got a condo in Sunrise for $100K. So it's just, there's a variety of different listings available for you to be able to advertise. If you wanted more tenant leads, you can, do a advertisement for rentals. So we're going to focus on this one today. So we'll go into the 2.15. Also, another feature I wanted to tell you about is, which is pretty cool, is Core Present. So what Core Present is you are able to take a property, do a CMA on it, and have a presentation at the end so it looks nice and pretty. So you can walk through that and do it on your own. It's very plug and play. And I can also do another video on it separately, but today is just all about lead generation. So let's look at this. So we're going to go into the 2.15. You can click here, or you can click boost property. Same thing, either way. If you click here, it'll just give you some information first. You have a direct link to the actual listing. And this just gives you some information on it. It says revenue here, and I'm assuming it's based on revenue at 3%. So this is what you would receive as an agent in commission. You can send this listing via email. So if you have a contact in here that you'd like to send this to, you think that they would be a great fit, you can send it right through here. More actions, you can send it through text, you can email to a hashtag, text to a hashtag, generate a QR code just straight from here. You can print a flyer, you can do a core present. You can post to Facebook, Twitter, all these things from here. So it's pretty cool. But what we're going to do today is we're going to boost this property, meaning we are going to do some Facebook ads. So let's get into it. Now, first you're going to select the boosting type. Is it a listing, an open house? Are you advertising that it's a reduced price, or are you advertising that it just sold? We're going to advertise the listing. This gives you an idea of what the ad will look like. And then these are a few different things that you can do over here. So first I'm going to change the photo because I feel like this is kind of pixelated and I don't know if it's my eyes, but I want to change the image to make it more visually appealing. And I really like this because it showcases the kitchen off to the living area and then the view in the back. And I think it's a great way to capture leads. I also want to advertise and display the price, because I think if you don't display the price, it depends on what your strategy is. If your strategy is to get more buyer leads that are in the luxury price point of this, then display the price. If you are the listing agent on a property like this and you want a buyer for this property, then display the price. If you are looking just for any buyers at all, take the price away. Having no price will get you all types of price points. Having a price will get you a specific buyer. So it's all about what you want. So if you are looking just for any buyer, let's say, I just want any buyer, I'm going to leave the price off. You can also do an image overlay. So if you wanted to put that it just listed, you can have that on there. That's pretty cool. And then here it says when the user clicks on your ad, they will land on the selected website, the default website, which I'm not too sure what that usually is, but I'm always going to choose my own website. If they land on the MIA.exp Realty, they go to the general EXP regions website, which you don't want that because then the lead never comes back to your website. So you want them to go to your website. For targeting, smart auto targeting. So right now it is, let's show you where the targeting is. It's in the Miami and surrounding area. Now, in the past 2 years, what we've seen is that buyers have been coming in just droves from the Northeast region. So because they're coming from the Northeast region, they're coming from New Jersey, from New York, all those areas, we've been advertising on Facebook to those people just from social media. So if you think that a certain property would best fit somebody in the Northeast, like this property right here, they love condos, they love the water, they love the sun, they love the weather out here. It would probably be ideal for somebody in the Northeast region, and you want to try it out, then maybe go ahead and change the targeting and say, okay, I want to put it in New York and the surrounding areas. You can change the target size, you can make it larger, you can make it smaller. Center on, you can move this, move it up to White Plains, whatever it is. You can zoom out of here so you can get a better look. Do you want to make it larger? Now, just know that when you do make it larger, your audience and the reach won't be as narrowed down in search. So then your marketing dollars won't always convert properly. Like you won't be able to get as many leads if you make it a wider range. If you make it a more narrow range, or I'm sorry, a more specific range, and you focus on a specific area, you can have the ability to get more leads. So if you want to do that, I would recommend doing it in this area, maybe like a little bit bigger. Now that's if you wanted to focus in New York. So I'm just going to leave it as it is, and we're going to leave it as Miami and the surrounding areas. And then if you need to add any type of compliance tax, if you needed to add seller information, you can do so down here. And then here is where you choose pricing. So you can do $45 for 3 days. So it'll run from August 25th to August 28th. Or you can do $60 for 5 days, or I'm sorry, runs up to 7 days, or you can do $150 for 21 days, or it goes through a life cycle ad where it kind of runs through a month. So if you want to start off and just kind of get your feet wet, I would choose $45. And then you want to go ahead and put your card information down here. You want to, and then it's just a submit button at the bottom. So that's pretty much it for that. But now what do we do when we get these leads? How are we going to automate it? And how are we going to make sure that the leads that we're getting are being spoken to and communicated with on top of what you're already going to be doing? You're going to be calling and texting as well. So when a lead comes in, you're going to want to go to marketing and then smart campaigns. So there are so many campaigns here. There are campaigns for all different types of things. You just go into KV Core library and there is campaigns for everything. Like there's a nosy neighbor campaign, so prospect to conversation, and you can go into each one and see what each campaign does. Like this is what happens when you first input a contact from open house. They get a text and the text says, "Hi, so-and-so here. It was a pleasure meeting you at the open house, blah, blah, blah." The next day they get an email. This is all automated. That's why I said if you have automation, you're able to follow up with these leads, and it doesn't necessarily have to be you specifically always following up. It could be your CRM, and then you give a call every so often. So see down here, it says day 2, you need to call. So then this becomes a task on your dashboard. So you go back to the dashboard and you see what are your tasks for the day. So this will become a task for you to call this person on this specific day. So it makes everything so easy for you. So we're going to go back, and what you're going to choose is the Property Boost and Facebook Ads campaign. It's a simple 3-step campaign, but you can always add to it. So because I've already added it to my campaign, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back and go to Smart Campaigns and go to mine, and it's right here. The thing you need to make sure to do is it's always going to be on off. So you need to make sure that you turn it on before you run these ads. Because what's going to happen is as soon as these ads come in, if this is not turned on, they're not going to get communicated with and put on a drip. So they're not going to get the text message, the email, the call, or the task for you to call. So what happens is when they get in to your CRM, the CRM is going to send a text. Now you can edit this text. It doesn't have to stay the same. You can edit the text, and you can do so here. And you can also put, what the name of the text is. So this will send out 7 minutes after the text or the lead comes in. This is where it's going to say from agent. You can always choose this, like who is it coming from? Is it coming from the lender, from the system? Always comes from the agent because we're not a lender unless you are a lender and agent. And who is it going to the contact? And then you can always change what it says here. And then down here, for the phone call, you can write a script. So let's say you have agents on your team and you want to write a script to tell them exactly what they need to say once they need to make this phone call to this lead that comes in. So then they get the task that they need to call. So task reminder, it's created to call the specific lead. Call me initiates a call to the assigned agent and then connects them to the lead. So do you want this or do you want the task reminder? I prefer the task reminder because I'm not too sure how the call me works. You can try it and see. This is just my preference. So run it how you'd like to. And then a task is set up for you on, so this happens after 7 minutes, a text is sent out. After 30 minutes, a task is set up, task reminder for you to call after the lead comes in. And then day 1, so that's day 0, the lead comes in on day 0, but day 1, you need to go in and you need to set up property alerts. So this is just gonna, my words, this is just going to be a task reminder to remind you, you need to go in and set up a property alert. So I'm going to show you how to set up a property alert and what that does. So when you set up property alerts, they will get emailed every single time a new listing comes on in the area that they inquired about. So if they inquired about 33160 or whatever zip code it is, you're going to set up a property alert to alert them of new properties that are in this specific zip code. I would leave it to make sure that the area is selected and price point. And sometimes price point could be off. But what's great about that is that they're going to reply back to your email and they're going to say, this price point doesn't fit my budget. Could you make it a different price point? And so you get people that will actually call, write back to you in an email and engage with you. So then that gives you the opportunity to pick up the phone and give them a call and say, hey, I noticed you wrote us back, we'd love to see if we could help you, and just get into conversation with these people. That's the sole purpose of the property alerts, is to get them emails constantly in their face, have them branded to you. So make sure you've got your headshot saved in your profile, and it gives face recognition, name recognition, and they see you over and over again. And then after a while, they'll start paying attention to your emails and they'll reply back to them. So it's a pretty cool system. So once you get this task reminder to go in and set up property alerts, then what do you do with these contacts? Well, you have to continuously keep in touch, put them on a different drip. There's a whole slew of marketing the smart campaigns that you can choose from. You can also create your own. So you can create your own. So also what I wanted to let you know about this is you can add another action. So if you wanted to make this a little more robust, you can do that. You can, you can have an action to add tags. What type of tags do you want them to add? Facebook ad or Facebook lead. I want them to, I can't have spaces. So Facebook, right? Because I want to know that if I ever go into my long list of contacts, I have like 2,500 people in my database. If I type in the hashtag Facebook, it'll give me all the leads that have ever come up from, or have ever come into our system from Facebook. So you could do that. You can name this campaign action. So set up hashtag or whatever. And it asks how many minutes after the lead comes in do you want this to happen, and what's the time value. So you can select this option if you'd like, hit save, and then that's it. Another ad action you can do is another text message, another email. There's so many different great ways that you can communicate with people over and over again. But I love that there's campaigns that you can just plug and play and you don't have to do all of this. Now, how do you go from having this to setting up a property alert on one of the contacts that comes in from Facebook? So this was actually a contact that came in from Facebook, Debbie Napoli. And her search criteria, she was interested in Coral Springs, 4-bedroom, 2-bath, around 614,000. She signed up to our website on January 2022. So see Property Boost, agent website. So what we're going to do is we are going to set up her her property alerts. Move this over. Another thing, if you go into here and you notice that they're not on any campaigns, they are your Facebook ad lead and they've never been set up on a campaign, you can add them onto a campaign. Doesn't hurt to have them get a text, or an email from you. Listing valuation. No, this is to evaluate a lead. Let's see. why am I drawing a blank as far as where property alerts? Oh, contact is unsubscribed. So she probably, so at one point we did have her set up on property alerts, but she unsubscribed from there. So because she unsubscribed, we're not able to see, these are all the alerts that she was ever sent. So if you ever go up in here, not set up, let's see. All right, so you would have your contacts, or you would have the contact sheet right here. This is the profile, the alerts not set up. So let's set it up, set alert. And you're gonna set it up for, so this one liked Coral Springs. So I'm gonna put all of Coral Springs instead of a specific zip code. You can also draw it on a map. And then what I like to do is anywhere between 300,000 to 500,000. Add keyword. How often do you want to send these? So if I want to be aggressive, and especially if the lead just came in, then I want to do it once or twice weekly, but maybe even daily. But if I want, if I know that this lead has come in a while ago, like this lead came back in January. So if I know this came in a while ago, I'm probably going to set it up on twice a month. And then if there's an email to CC, like if you want to CC it to yourself and see what she gets, you can put your email down here. I don't know why it's saying this field is required. Save and send. So do that. And now she's set up on an alert. So she's got 26 alerts. Now she's getting all these homes. So how awesome is that? That she's now getting homes and she didn't even, it wasn't the first home that she saw that was on Facebook. All right, so that's how you set up a property alert. Now let me show you some other things that are in here that are very, very cool. You can build a landing page from here. You can build a squeeze page from here. So the difference between the two, I would have you go ahead and go into the training so they can talk about the difference. You can call and text capture from here, get more leads. Now, if you go into here, this is where like the marketplace is. So this is what's going to show you all the different ways that you can generate leads and the different platforms that you can use that are associated to KV Core. So the different platforms, there's Facebook AI retargeting. This is really cool. So let's say you have, the 10 leads that came in from your Facebook ad, and you want to make sure that you stay engaged with these leads in addition to your follow-up automation, in addition to your phone calls. You want to make sure that you stay in front of these leads. So what this is going to do is it's going to take your audience that came in, so the leads, they're going to follow them on Facebook and they're going to put your ad in front of them. So anytime that they're on Facebook, they're going to see your ad. And this is so it's pretty much taking that audience, those leads that came in, and putting them on another campaign to run more ads on their feed. So it's pretty cool. So they're not only getting your property alerts, they're not only getting your texts, your phone calls, they're getting retargeting. You have real lead concierge with real human follow up with your leads. This is like an ISA system. There are so many different things. Here's where the vanity domain comes in and where you can set up your own vanity domain. So you can click here. If you want handwritten postcards and you want somebody else to write them for you because you don't trust yourself to get the task done, you can go into here. There's just so many things in here. Making it rain, lead generation provided by EXP. So what this does is it sets up Google Ads to funnel leads to your website and get leads to sign up to your website. So that's another way that you can do it, is through Google Ads, and that's what Making It Rain is. Facebook lead ads here, MailChimp if you want to connect your MailChimp. If you have Constant Contact, you can connect it there. There are so many things here. Sky slope is through here, dot loop is through here, testimonial tree, so get 5-star reviews from your clients, you can set that up. There's so many different things here, you guys. But I did want to bring you into here. Oh, voicemail drop. So this is kind of like slide dial, if you've ever used slide dial. And what voicemail drop it will do is you can, like if you're farming a neighborhood, you can take a list of like 500 phone numbers that are in the neighborhood that you are farming, upload them into this database. And what it will do, all you have to do is set up a custom voicemail that you'd like these neighbors and homeowners to listen to. Hey, my name is Yara, I'm a local realtor in the area. I've got a buyer that really wants to purchase in your neighborhood of so-and-so. Make sure that you have the neighborhood name and you're actually saying it in your voicemail. That way it sounds personalized and people know that you're not a robot. So in your neighborhood of Kensington and Coral Springs, I would really love if you are if you are thinking about selling your property, please reach out to me. Would love to have a conversation to see if we can help our buyer purchase a home, purchase a home in Kensington or whatever you want to say. So then what it does is it takes those 500 numbers and it sends out a phone call and it just drops the voicemail into their inbox. How it does it is it rings once and it hangs up. So it looks like a missed call and it just drops the voicemail. So then they get a voicemail alert. So that's another way to hit your farm. You can do Core Video BombBomb, which is pretty cool. I love BombBomb videos. Nosy Neighbor I've never used. You can get seller leads here. Really cool. Property Boost from here, Property Boost Enterprise. I don't know the difference between these two. But you can also do pay-per-click ads from here. There are so many things you can do from here. So what my number one advice for you on tackling KV Core is take some training classes, figure out what you like, and figure out what type of leads you want to get. Do you want to get more seller leads? Do you want to get more buyer leads? If you want to get more buyer leads, test out the listing, the company listing Facebook ads. If you want to get more seller leads, test out the seller leads here and see how you like them. But just know that all the leads that come in, these leads have to be dripped. They have to be constantly communicated with, and you have to make sure that you are following up with these leads. So make sure that you've got a plan set up for these leads. What am I gonna do? What am I gonna say? Those things are always plug and play through the Marketing Smart campaigns, but you've got to make sure that you also go into your CRM and you are calling. There's nothing more powerful than getting on a phone and calling someone. We're in a day and age where it is very like everything is technological. We get text messages, we get emails all day, but we don't always get phone calls from real humans. We might get phone calls from spammers, we may get phone calls from whatever else, but we never get phone calls from real humans. So these are leads that have raised their hand, have said, this is my information and I want more information about what this property has to offer. So give them a call. So that is pretty much it for today when it comes to KV Core and the CRM. There's so much more. But if you have any questions, feel free to let me know. Until then, I'll talk to you later. Bye, guys.